Okay, we are making the assumption that this purple region is the shaded region, even though it doesn't appear in the post. This is the graph of the parabola, y equals 3 minus x squared over 16. This is the vertical line, x equals 4. You have two choices for revolving that purple region around the y-axis, the green dashed line. The shell method means we need the height of the shell, which that is just 3 minus x squared over 16 for every x between 4 and this is actually 4 radical 3. Because if you set y equal to 0 and solve for x, you get 4 radical 3 or minus 4 radical 3. The distance from the axis of revolution to the center of a typical shell is just x. So that's what this x is right here. And of course, dx represents the width of the typical shell. So these typical shells occur from 4 to 4 radical 3. We're multiplying by 2 pi, height of the shell times the average radius. We could also use the washer method. To use the washer method, we need the outer radius, which is this blue strip. We need the outer radius squared minus the inner radius squared. The inner radius is the distance from the axis of revolution to the innermost portion of the region being revolved. Okay, so to get an expression for the length of that blue strip, you need to solve for x in terms of y. So these are the steps. At this point, we could say x equals plus or minus 4 times the square root of 3 minus y. We will, of course, be using the positive value to get from the axis of revolution out to that x coordinate. So the outer radius is 4 times the square root of 3 minus y. But for our formula, for the washer method, we need outer radius squared. So if I square each factor, this is what I get. And that's what this is right here, outer radius squared. The inner radius is the distance from 0 to 4, or 4 minus 0. Square that, 16. So there's minus the outer radius squared. These typical washers occur from 0 to 2. And here's kind of proof that both of these integrals evaluate to the same value. And if you do this, leaving pi exact, you see that 32 pi is your answer. There you go. Hope that helped. If you have any questions, post a comment.